Do you feel a little behind when it comes to business? Or sometimes you don't understand what certain terms mean or phrases, words. Sometimes you do understand what they mean, but you don't feel like you know how to do the things that other people are talking about. Maybe you already know me and you follow me. You may even be in one of my memberships and you understand some of what I'm talking about, but some of it is still really blurry to you. Or maybe this is the very first time you're seeing me. My name is Arlan, by the way. Thanks for being here. And you came to this video because you want things demystified. You don't want to feel like you're behind anymore. This is the video for you. I am very excited to do this video because I work with thousands of entrepreneurs, business owners, people who are working on their products. And these are interchangeable words, by the way. Sometimes they call themselves an entrepreneur, sometimes they call themselves a founder or a business owner. It could be somebody who's just selling one product and they don't even consider themselves all of that. But I work with so many and different people know different things. But I see patterns because I've worked with thousands of people working on their businesses. So I see patterns and I can tell you a couple of cool things that are going to help you right away. It's almost like having Cliff's Notes, if you're old enough to know what that is, or it's like having a hack, right? It's like a way to hack your way into understanding more than you knew a few minutes ago. So, first thing I want to say to you is that even by watching this video, you are miles ahead of most people. Okay, so I want you to just take a breath and take a break and beat. And I want you to give yourself a little bit of credit. Give yourself credit for being here, for learning, for trying, for caring. Okay? I see so many of these YouTube videos and the thumbnails say, don't give an F. Stop giving an F. And I'm like, no, give an F. Like, care. Care is why you're here. Caring is why you're here. You care about your future, your information, your knowledge. You care about other people that you want to take care of and help. I know you. I know because I work with you. Okay? So you are a caring person. You're thoughtful. And let me tell you something, being thoughtful and caring is worth way more than being the smartest person in the room or knowing all the jargon or knowing everything that's going on when it comes to the specifics and the details of certain words and phrases. Okay, just to give you a quick understanding, a few years ago, 10 years ago or so, I was homeless. I was sleeping on the floor of an airport. Years prior to that, I had been homeless in different ways, different times. I grew up poor. And now I'm in these rooms because I did make a way for myself. If you're interested in how I did that, I have a book called It's About Damn Time that you can get as a physical copy or you can download as an audio, and it'll tell you my story. And I think it might inspire you as well. But now I'm in these rooms where I am going toe to toe with people who have all the education in the world. They have all the money in the world. The money is not a problem for them. Some of them are very powerful, some of them are influential, or something that should be intimidating to me. But I'm not intimidated because I'm in those rooms, I get to see them walking around, talking, interacting with people. And most of the people I'm describing to you who are who come from money, who come from something kind of already built in, they are really bad at the stuff we're good at. So what I mean by that is, for instance, they're not great at talking to other people. They're not great at interacting with people or making people feel calm and included and all those little things that we call soft skills that make you endearing to somebody, make you feel genuine and interesting and compelling to other people. And if you know anything about, if you've ever worked at a retail place, if you've ever been a waiter, a waitress, if you've ever done anything in sales, you know that sales is about that interaction and about being able to get people kind of into that orbit of yours, into that magic, see something in you. You're not selling somebody something if they don't like you, right? Let me know in the comments if that's right, if you agree with that. And throughout this video, comment anytime you want to because this is a conversation. So those people I described, they may have a lot of money, but they don't have a lot of sense. They have a lot of dollars, not a lot of sense. Okay. So they don't have a lot of like interpersonal skills. They may know certain things that are more cultured than I know, or some words. And when that happens, you know what I do? I say, what does that mean? What does that phrase mean? And people will kind of stop and like, oh my gosh, she's asking that. And then they tell me, I'm like, okay, now I know. So we're equal. We were equal, by the way, when I walked in the door. But now I know what you know because I dared to ask, and I don't care about looking foolish. Because to me, it's not foolish to ask questions. It's a sign of intelligence. In my opinion, if you ask me a question, that's like, oh, I want to learn. So I ask, what does that mean? So what I want to tell you is a couple of things that I think will help you right now. The first thing I want to tell you is that is ask. It's okay to ask. Now, sometimes in my memberships, I'll get a little upset. I'll kind of a joke, I'll say, I'm not answering a question, you can Google. The reason I say that is there's so much information at your fingertips these days. YouTube, for instance, you're watching this most likely on YouTube, or this, video is a YouTube video. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So a lot of times when people ask me questions that are so easy to look up, I will get frustrated because what I need you to do is to have an insatiable hunger for knowledge. I need you to be, said another way, I want you to be curious. Because if you can be curious, let me tell you, you can learn almost anything. If you can be curious, you can learn from so many, everybody you come in contact with, whether they're rich or poor, whether they are rogue scholars and Ivy League schools, or they didn't pass the fifth grade. You can learn from them. So that curiosity is what I want. And that's why I say use YouTube, use Google, use the AI platforms that you feel comfortable using to find information because then that gives you power. Whether I'm here or not, that gives you power. And the more you learn, the stronger you become in the room. This happened in my life specifically. Remember earlier I said I was homeless for a long time. I made a pact with myself, a promise to myself several years ago that no matter how hungry I was, meaning truly hungry, not having food, no matter if I didn't have a place to sleep that night, what I would have control over, which was not that at the time, what I would have control over is how much I learned. And I knew that I said, if I learn every single day, if I learn something new or more about certain topics, one day I'm going to be unstoppable. You won't be able to stop me, and you can't stop me from learning, and you can't take that away from me. You can't take information away from a prisoner. And that to me, I was in a prison of this kind of architecture of this country and all kinds of things I can get into. But I broke out of that in my mind every single day. And that's what I want you to do is be curious, be insatiably curious. Because it'll just make everything brighter, more colorful for you. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. Make sense? Okay, first thing we're going to do. Second thing I want you to know is that I'm going to teach you. Like if you say, I don't know anything about business or I'm not techie, I don't know about AI, I don't know about this, that, and the other, I don't know what that word means. Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to give it some time? Because I am going to teach you, not just all in this video, won't learn everything in this video, but over my videos I've already recorded and the ones that I will put out in the future inside of my programs, I will teach you. Really hated high school and junior high. I didn't like the kind of social part of it, but I loved learning. I love learning. So I will learn all day long, all week long. I still do that no matter what, how many sales I get. And what I want to do is I want to bring back that feeling. I want to be like, we're going to school. And the cool thing is I work on a program, like I use a program called School with a K, School. I use a platform called School that is for memberships and communities to get together and learn from each other. So I have memberships on that. I'll put the links in the description below so you can join. There's one called Your First 5K that costs $50 a year only. It's $50 a year, a few cents a day. And you get a free trial every once in a while. I'll put a free trial up. So click on it and see if there's one right now. Even if there's not, join, 50 bucks. And I'm teaching all day long in there. People have made lots of money in there. Some people are just learning and just happy to be there. No guarantees of you making money at all, and no guarantees of how much you'll make if you make some. But I'm telling you, people have, okay? But I teach you in school. So what I want to bring back is just this idea of we're all learning from the same playbook. And that's going to be fun because I like learning from other people. So you're going to have that, and you're going to have different things where if you know now, hey, I can jump into this world. I can start my own business, or I can just sell a product. You don't even have to start a whole business. I can start selling a product or a service, and it's going to be okay because what I don't know today, I soon will know. I soon will understand. What happens is, and again, I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs. I speak with hundreds of you every single day on YouTube. Thousands of people watch my videos every day, and so many people leave comments and ask me questions. What happens is a lot of us get so caught up in what we don't know already that we don't give ourselves an opportunity to learn. We also get really, really desperate. So what I do is I call it being hungry, not thirsty. So being passionate, not desperate. If we can lower the temperature for ourselves, just calm ourselves down just a little bit and say, everything can't be desperate. Everything can't be panic. Everything can't be an emergency 911 all the time. If we can do that for ourselves, we also give ourselves power back. So when we think about it like that, if you think, okay, let me say, so I think I need it tomorrow. But what if instead I could say, I'm willing to give this 90 days. I'm willing to give this the whole year. I'm willing to give this a few weeks of learning step by step by step. Sometimes people will come into my memberships and they're like, maybe 30 minutes after they get there, they'll put a post up and say, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what's happening. You're not supposed to understand it in 30 minutes. You're not supposed to grasp 3 decades. I'm 45. You're not supposed to grasp 3 decades of business that I have learned and experienced, and then also the thousands of entrepreneurs I've helped in many, many ways. You're not supposed to grasp that on day one. Think about when you went to school, or when you went to a college, or if you went to a kind of a workshop or anything. You go in and you have an introduction. You may have a full week of just getting to know your peers. Then you get to know a little bit about your teacher, your professor, whomever. You get to learn about what the books are going to be, the syllabus, the this and the that. It takes a little bit of time. So I want us to take back control of time and what we consider desperation and not what's desperate and what's not desperate. And there will be people who comment, I know it already. You're going to say, well, my rent's due yesterday, so I got to be desperate. No, most of my life has been that. Believe me when I tell you I understand. But the way that I got to where I am today, where I don't have to worry about rent, when I did for so many decades, is that I slowed down to speed up. I slowed down to speed up. Yes, I'm going to take some hits. Yes, I'm going to be uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to suck for a little bit. But if I do what I did, which was every day I'm going to learn something, you can't take that from me, then I took back power. When I thought, oh, there was a chance and a choice to be desperate, I got to do something. And I'm like, you know what? That desperation is going to get me in trouble. It's going to mess me up. I'm going to be doing permanent damage on a temporary problem if I don't calm myself down and get straight here. If I don't get like centered and focused. Put centered and focused in the comments if you're still with me. Centered and focused. Even if you have to pause this video for a moment and get yourself centered and focused, do that. Now, another thing I want you to know is we're going to be talking about things like selling digital products. Digital products, for instance, a PDF, a file on your computer, a document, something that helps other people. And I'll teach you how to make these and how to sell them and how to promote them and all of that. A digital product could be a course where you're teaching people on video or audio or through words. It could be a membership like on school, like I mentioned. You could sell these digital products on school or on Stan or both. I use both. Stan is a platform. I just won a contest on Stan where I was number 3 out of 4,000 plus people. And I made 124,000 in 2 months from Stan alone. So I'm your teacher. I'm going to teach you some stuff, okay? So those are digital products, things like that. But you could also sell. Now, this part I want you to pay a close attention to because I'm going to teach you all about digital products. Those are the things that are going to be so cool and helpful for you. But I also want you to think about services. You probably already work somewhere. You probably have a job, or you had a job and maybe you got fired or laid off, or it's just been rough. Either way, you know what it's like to work for somebody else, most likely. And you probably did a service for them. You answered a phone, you handed people meals, you helped people pick out their clothes, you did marketing, you did something for somebody, right? But usually it's at a corporation. So I want you to think just for a moment that we're not gonna get into the all the details, but I want you to just think about this, that there is money in providing a certain service for other people who are selling products. So you don't only have to say, well, I have to start a school and start a stand and sell products and do all that. You don't only have that as an option. Another option could be, if that's not fun to you or exciting or thrilling to you, you could also have one service that you provide that helps the people who do that do it faster and better. This could be something like writing things for them. Copywriting is important. Like the words that are on the websites, the sales pages, the videos, some people script their videos, I do not. Those words help people make money. And if you're good at that, and are you somebody who's better at helping other people than helping yourself? Because that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you're good at things, but you just cannot apply it to yourself. There's a mental block, and that's okay. In that case, I eventually want you to get to doing that for yourself. But in the meantime, what if you help 10 other people with their copy, with their words? Help them promote. What if you help somebody with customer service? You would still be working for someone else, but you would not necessarily be in a corporate environment and you would have your own thing going because you get to decide who you work for. If you don't like, you get to leave, right? And you get to decide how much you charge, what your day looks like. You get to decide. So these are things that are kind of interesting to me right now is I'm looking at people and I think everybody thinks, oh, I have to do steps 1 through 10. Everybody has to have everything the same. It's not the case. You could look out and say, well, there are 180,000 or 200,000 school platform memberships. What is it I can do for 10% of them or 1% of them? Let me go on school and figure out what school's all about and see if there's something that I can pick up on that I can help them do. Again, I will teach you these things, but I want you to start thinking in that way. Same thing with Stan. Now, if you look in the description, I will link you to learning about Stan, putting things up on your own stand so you can, learn from someone who just won their contest. I would do that if I were you. But look at it from that perspective and also look at it from, is there a service I can do? It could be helping people with their YouTube channel. You know what people hate doing? Uploading videos. They may like filming the videos, but they don't like to edit them and they don't like to upload them and find the perfect title and find the perfect thumbnail. I do this service for people, for 30 clients. My team and I help people do this. Not the uploading, but the thumbnails, the scripts, the outlines, the titles. We do that for 30 different clients of all stripes. Because I saw a few months ago, I said, you know what? I would love for someone to do this for me. And I experienced it for a few weeks. And I was like, I want to be able to give that offer. So if you've experienced something, I was just on a cruise. I just got home moments ago from a cruise with my family that I was able to pay for, and I was so excited. We were in their private yacht club section of MSC cruises, if you know anything about that. And it was wonderful. There were butlers and there were people who just everything we wanted. I want pizza at midnight. They went and got me pizza at midnight, that kind of thing. It was really wonderful. But what I was doing, because I'm a nerd, is I was looking at every single service that was being provided? What was really going on in those 4 days? People were handing me this and able to do that, and I was able to ask for that, and they couldn't do this. And I said, well, how can I apply that to my customers? What service can I give them? And thought of a couple of ideas that you're going to see in 2026. So there are multiple ways to approach this. And what I want you to know is that you have the capacity to be okay. You have the capacity to learn. You have the capacity to get better, to get smarter, to get stronger, just like I do every day. I try to get better, stronger, and smarter every day. I want to be a better version of me today than I was yesterday, and only a shadow of that than I will be tomorrow. That's what you have control over. There are these fundamental things where you start a business. Okay, I'm starting a business. You're going to make decisions. I'm going to start a business, or will I give it 3 to 6 months and see if I want this to even be a business? Do I just want to do a couple of things here and there, learn, and make some decisions? You don't have to mimic what other people are doing or what you think is supposed to be what you're doing. Now, I am going to be putting out a lot of content coming up about mindset because that is something that has been requested of me, and it's something that I know will help so many people. I do that from time to time naturally. I'm going to be even more intentional about it because I've had to walk myself through fire and ice to get where I am. And I many times I was doing it on my own in my own way, and that took a lot of self-talk and a lot of self-determination. So I can walk you through some of that stuff. But the big picture here is that we're going to learn together. When I learn something new, I bring it to my group. I bring it to my ecosystem. And I think if you're wondering, like, well, you have these different things, what should I even start? I don't even know where to start. Let me tell you, there are a couple ways you could start, okay? One way you could start is that you just join your first 5K. Your first 5K is on School. It's my membership on School. It has 2,600 people as of the time of this recording. Will probably go up. Right now, it costs $50 a year. And inside of it, I teach you how to make your first 5K. And I take you step by step and I show you very specific ways to do it. Because there's a million ways, but I show you specific ways to do it. And people do it. They take my challenge. They do things on their own. They do things together. And it works out for a lot of people. And I think that's where if you have no idea where to start, I think that's where you should start because not only do you have the curriculum where you can start immediately and just kind of feel like, oh, I'm part of it. I understand. I'm getting that understanding, but you also have that group where so many people came in before you and they were like, I don't know where to get started. And now they spent time with me and spent time with each other and they're doing well. So I think that's a great place to start. I will link it below. I think if you go to arlansyourfirst5k.com, it also takes you there in case there's no below for you. If you can't find it, or if you're watching this on TV, I know sometimes people watch this on TV, like 30% of the people watch this on TV of the viewers. So if you don't want to like switch over to your phone or to your on YouTube or whatever, just go to Arlan's ARLANS your first 5K, and the five is a number.com, and that'll take you right to it. You join it, you even get a free trial if it's free trial time. If it's not a free trial, it's $50. You get a full year. So it's worth it just to check it out, is what I'm saying. This is something that probably could go for $200, $300, $500 easily. Okay. So that's the first thing. If you are already in your first 5K, or you feel like I've already made my first 5K, I think I want to go a little bit further, I would still suggest joining it just to get the information, but you could skip ahead and join Arlan's All Access. If you go to Arlan's, ARLANS, allaccess.com, it'll take you to kind of after you graduate your first 5K, there's now this one where it helps you with your first 100K. And that's a smaller group of 350 people or so. And it's where it started, on School. And it has much more curriculum, but it also has a guide. We have Colin Yearwood, who's in there guiding you. And once you go in there, you'll see, it's worth it. So that's more of $1,000 per year. It is very much so a tight-knit group. People meet with each other in person. We have Colin Yearwood, you have me. I do calls and that I don't do in your first 5K. It's a graduation basically. There's also Inner Circle. Now, from time to time, Inner Circle is available. And if you've ever heard about anybody's Inner Circle program, it's where you get that one-on-one with someone. So that's what I have. I have a 100 person lifetime cap. So I do not go over 100, no matter how much demand there is. Right now, we happen to have some spots, just a few spots. We're like 93% full as of the time of this. And you can join that as well. That's more of an investment, but you get my phone number. You can text me, unlimited texting. We get a onboarding call together where I get to know you and understand you. I just spent 2 full days in LA just 2 weeks ago, 2 weekends ago, with was it 2 weekends? Maybe it was one weekend. But anyway, with 25 or so Inner Circle members who flew in from all over the world, including Greece and New York and all over. And we spent 2 full days together in two locations. And what did I do? Yeah, I gave them this. This is uh, this is the playbook I gave them in person. This itself is worth the price of admission to it. I'll put all these links in the description. Now, a couple more things you can do. So you can choose one of those three. If you get Inner Circle, by the way, you get all access for free. So it's like $50 for your first 5K, unless that goes up by the time you see this. Then it's about $1,000 a year at the time of this taping for Arlen's All Access. And then it's several thousand, but still very, very, very much so not the price it should be for Inner Circle. Believe me, when you see it, you'll be like, oh, if you have any experience with Inner Circle programs, you will be shocked at the price of this in a good way. You'll be like, that's incredible. That's crazy. But you have those three. And if you get the top one, Inner Circle, you get Arlen's All Access for free. It's included. And there's all kinds of stuff we have planned for all three of those platforms in 2026. That's all hosted on School. Now, let's say you're already in one of those. First I would say just choose one and jump on it. And you'll see very quickly that it's like opening a door to possibility. Like there's a whole thing going on inside of it. But if you're already in one of those and you're like, I'm in it, great. Then what I would say is then go to my Stan store, pick up Stan OS. Stan OS and then Prop Shop in a Box. If you do those two, a couple $100 total, unless I've gone up more, because I have them discounted. Stan OS is 2,500 on sale for 99 right now. So by the time you see this, it may be a different price, but it's worth it no matter what. As long as it's under 2,500, you're getting a deal. Okay. But the point of that is when we're talking about being a beginner, being someone who wants some step-by-step instruction, that Stan OS is going to be really, really helpful to you. It's already helped so many people, and I'm so proud of it. And Stan OS is like training, it's an operating system, it's a dashboard. It's so cool. It's really, really cool. And then Prop Shop in a Box is basically inventory that instead of you having to come up with something to sell, I just hand you things that you can sell inside of your Stan store or inside of your school or wherever. So that's what I would say. There are some places, but don't get overwhelmed by it. Don't say, well, I have to have all three and all five of those. No, just choose one. If you already have one and you're like, yeah, I've seen that one has high quality, I'd like to do a little bit more. That's when you go over to Stan OS or you upgrade to Arlen's All Access or Inner Circle while there's still room in Inner Circle because it will be capped. I think it'll be by the end of 2025, I think Inner Circle will be capped again, but we'll see. And then what I would also tell you to do is watch some of my videos that are in my beginner playlist. So if you click on my name on YouTube when you're at my video, the name is below where the description has these links and everything. You get taken to my page, my channel. And on my channel, I have playlists, and one of those playlists is for beginners. So if you find yourself lost or confused or overwhelmed, watch something a second time or a third time. Watch this video again. Like you don't have to like get it all in the first time. You don't have to like know everything. I got you. Like this is what I wake up every day excited about. I was on a plane from Miami to LA today from the cruise, and for 5 hours, I could not wait to get home to film this. I got you. Like we're gonna be okay. So just have fun with it. Have fun in the chaos of it. Have fun in the fact that we are adults. And life is freaking weird, man. Not to get weird on you, but it's weird. And we can't be our own downfall. We can't be our own stress creation and creator. We got to do some stuff that's just fun and cool for ourselves. We get this time around the earth. We get this time on this planet, and everything is so strange. And why not have a few cool moments while we can? That's all I'm asking is for you to give yourself more credit than you're giving yourself and give yourself a break and know that I have the tactics, I have the terms, I have the education. What I don't know how to do, I'm learning, and I bring it all back to you. Whether it's these free YouTube videos or you come into my ecosystem as a paid customer, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn from each other. You already do. So give yourself a break a little bit. Don't say, "Oh, I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind." It's actually really frustrating to me to hear that because what do we do? Are we racing each other? Leave that for the Olympics in February. Like, we're not racing each other. We are kicking it. We are building together. Keep your day job for a few more months. Keep your day job, go in, do your thing, and learn from me. And then one day, potentially, I can't make any promises, but potentially one day, you'll be like so many others who I've worked with over the years. And you'll say to me, "Hey, I was able to quit my job, because I started working on the side on this project that you helped me build. And now it replaces my salary. And I have a great time and I wake up when I want to." That could be you. And there's nothing that's going to stop you if that's what you want. Okay? We got a lot against us in this world, and I get it. It's tough. I get it. I feel it. I'm not invincible to that. I feel stress a lot. But then I remind myself, wait a minute. There was a time where this is all I ever dreamed of. There was a time when I was sleeping on the floor of an airport and I couldn't pay for food. I think I can handle an angry customer. There was a time where I watched my mom tell me, we don't have a place to live. We're going to have to go stay with a friend over Thanksgiving. And I don't know when we're going to have a place to live again. My senior year of high school, having to leave it for the school after 18 years there. I can handle getting having like a roadblock in my business. Oh, this technical thing didn't work, or I don't know what that word means. I can handle it. There's a time last week where I faced a battle that was really, really tough, that was pretty heartbreaking on a business side of things, right? And at the time, of course, I'm like, oh, this is devastating. Today, I'm like, you know what? Life is short. That cannot hold me down. It can knock me down, but it's not going to keep me down. So I want you to let me know in the comments if you made it to the end of this video. If you're one of the 15 to 20% of the people watching this who made it to the very end, and if you're feeling kind of more motivated today than you did yesterday, or at the end of this video than you did at the beginning, and even if you have had some success, even if you aren't a beginner, that that, yes, I can pick myself back up and we're going to be okay because we're doing this together. This is what I'm so stoked about is like this class. I said it on a school video because they use my videos for ads because I talk about them so much. I said school makes the world your classroom. That's what I feel like. I want to be a teacher. It's so funny. I hated school. I hated SCHOOL. I hated the politics of school. But I love learning and I love teaching. And that's what I want from this. And this is not just about me. It's about what do you want? Do you want to be able to take your family on a cruise whenever you want to and come up with ideas as you're looking out into the ocean, like I was able to do this weekend? Do you want to not worry about rent or worry about medical stuff or worry about when some emergency comes up, you're not able to handle it, like most people in this country, in the US? Are you in a different country outside of the US and you have other problems that I haven't even addressed? There are ways for us to have more control than we have today. I think about it every day. How can I have more control? How can I have more autonomy? How can I have um, more protection against what life has to throw at me? So I'm on this path with you. I'm on this path for you, and we are going to be okay. The best thing you can do if you are appreciative at all with how I'm going to be helping you and how I may have already helped you is you subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. That's major for me. And then if you are subscribed and if you're not and you're becoming subscribed, take this video and share it with at least one person or put it on your social or link to it. Have people come over to YouTube to watch it because that's when it gets counted as a view. Put it in your email newsletter, send it to a friend. That helps me. I get thousands of shares per month, so thank you already. But that's what tells YouTube she needs 1 million followers, right? And that's what I'm looking for. My first million, you see? That's my book. My latest book, or my latest published book is Your First Million. All right. Thank you for spending this time with me. I am stoked. Let's do this.